What's up, everybody? This is Joe Little III, lead singer of 90s R&B group Rude Boys, most known for our smash hit R&B Song of the Year for 1991, Written All Over Your Face. Guess what? I'm here live in A-1 Conversations studio, my podcast, and today I want to present to you a segment in which I call A-1 Conversations. It means story time. Okay, so the first story that I want to embark upon to tell you about is a story about how the Rude Boys, how we first met Gerald Levert and how we got put on. So around 88, 89, I used to hang with consistently my big brother, Eric Nolan Grant, from the OJs. I used to hang out with him, go do gong shows, sing around, him telling me stories and telling me about, teaching me the ropes about the business. He introduced me to a club called The Reason Why, which was owned by one of the former Browns, Cleveland Browns, that is, Ron Bolton, and his wife, Cuja. Okay, so, he took me through the back doors like, yo, man, this is my little brother. Whenever you see him, just let him through. Ron nodded his head, cool. So over time, I would come there often on Thursday nights. Met a lady named Evelyn Wright, who was the singer of the night each night. Beautiful voice. She gave me the opportunity each night that I came up there to sing. So eventually I invited Edward Buddy Banks from my group, the Rude Boys, to come up and sing with me. So he met me up there that night and Evelyn let us sing, and we sung a song called Everything Must Change. Right in the middle of the song, I looked over at the stairs because there was some stairs there, and there stood Gerald Levert. I'll never forget, he had a jean outfit. It was either a damaged or a used jean outfit, something that we used to wear back in, the early 90s, really like the 80s. He had on some red snakeskin boots, never forget it. And I said, yo, Cleveland, what's up? We got Gerald Levert from the group Levert. I said, Gerald, why don't you come up here and sing with us? And I never forget the look that Gerald gave me. He looked at me like, and I didn't think he was going to come up and sing, but he did. And when I tell you that this performance was very explosive, it was crazy. We blew the roof off the place. I was singing, I was blowing, Buddy was blowing, Gerald was blowing. And afterwards, Gerald was like, look, man, I haven't heard guys sing like you here in Cleveland before. Which I found that hard to believe because there's many great singers from Cleveland. But he did say that. And he said, listen, man, I want to invite you over to my house tomorrow. And I want to hear y'all do some more. So he gave me the address, and the next day, me and Buddy showed up. It was a Friday, and we pulled up into the big driveway. It was a mansion, huge, on South Park, off of Lee Road in Shaker Heights. And at the door came a man who we would become to know as Andy Gibson, who was the president of Treble Productions, which was Gerald and Mark Gordon production company. And so we went up the stairs, and we turned to the right, and I looked in the room, and who did I see? The great Eddie Levert. That's right, instantly. My mouth went dry. I had a big lump in my throat, and I'm here looking at a living legend who, as a kid, I sat by the record player and listened to many of their hits, especially one song that I truly love, which was Brandy. So he was there, he was looking at us, he's like, how you guys doing? And Drew was like, Dad, this is the guys I told you about that I heard sing last night. He said, come on, guys, I want y'all to sing for my dad. But then the phone rung, and this is a story that I got to tell. It was Steve Russell, one of the lead singers from the group Troop. He was thanking Gerald and Eddie for them receiving their first #1 hit song called Mamacita, in which Gerald, Mark, and Eddie wrote for them. So I knew that I was in the right place instantly. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm in the right place. So it took my mind off the moment for a second, but it was back to business. Gerald's like, all right, man, come on, man, sing. And so I started off singing Everything Must Change, the song that we had sung the night before. I went and I wasn't pleased with my performance at all. Buddy went next. The great Edward Lee Buddy Banks blew it, man, did, as he always did. And Gerald was like, yeah, man. He finished. He was like, Dad, what you think? And he sat there for a minute, and he was like, they all right. And he's like, man, whatever, Dad. I'm going to work with these guys, man. We going to get busy. He said, guys, I'm going to sign y'all, and, man, we going to make history.